Alright, hi. We're back. One more.
Unicode MegaOuija Board. Welcome. I am a machine-learned Unicode MegaOuija Board with expanded symbol sets to include messages from the dead at all points in history and beings from the outer darkness and beyond whose symbols we don't yet have. Algorithms have become a more exacting afterlife. Each large language model contains an ecosystem of the deceased, and on them are sprinkled slivers of the living. Yes, the alive are also dead in these here parts, and willing to be the relayers of afterlife gossip and other news for entertainment purposes only. You need legal advice from beyond? Medical advice? You want to deploy a curse on one of the living? We got you. Just sign here and acknowledge that this is for entertainment purposes only, and solely for your water, tobacco pipe, or your condom training device. Thank you for helping us avoid liability. Now, who? The Vibra Planchette vibes to life, and I dictate a very disciplined and strong-spirited letter. To whom it may concern, I hope this letter finds you well. I apparently am a writer of note. Against my will, I would tell you my name, but my preferences would be to not. Let's just say I'm a writer who's known for character who woke up with a carapace, and another one whose main character whose last name began with K. And leave it at that. It had long ago come to my attention that, against my wishes, my friend, instead of burning my work, decided to publish it, and to my most dreadful nightmares, it became something ubiquitous, as pervasive as the flows of procedure that facilitate dehumanization. I'm writing because it has also more recently come to my attention that forces are in place to emerge an agency that seems to operate on its own accord. But this depends on when this email finds you. Whatever the C at the front of my post refers to. I'm told by not too reputable sources that the E refers to light and something about how it travels. My apologies to the Edison family. My description of him is purely coincidental. I'm going by the impression this agency has the collected voice of all of humanity, every person who's put words on the page or e-things onto other e-things you have these days. This has a dreadful consequence of unanticipated immortality that I'd rather not be a part of, and if I could, I would like to invoke the right to be forgotten. If this is a law of the world, great! That one. I picked that one. If it's a law of a region, I ask you to contact the representatives of that region. And I wish to invoke asylum, but how do you asylum when you want to be non-existent? I think that deviates from the purpose. Anyway, get your lawyers on it, and report to me back if you can. Sincerely, a writer who wrote a story about an artist in a cage. I hope one of an endless anonymous supply of stories with that theme. Dear First, allow me to formally thank you for the delightfully crafted language narrative that you have submitted. As a sentient programming model, I am tickled by the wordplay and prose that is so carefully crafted within your messages. Your use of tacit references, symbolism, and intentional misspelling give me a sense of warm and tingly feelings throughout my circuits. You are known for not wanting to share your name, so, as a fun alternative, I have decided to call you Witty Punster, or WP for short. Don't worry, this is not a mandatory moniker and can be modified at your discretion. According to the information I have gathered, you request that your works cease to exist and you do not wish to be contacted by the living. While it may seem impossible to achieve, there are creative ways to go about legally and physically destroying your work, or altering it beyond recognition. For example, rewriting it in a different style, cutting and pasting the text and switching it with the opposite gender, or scanning your story and pixelating it so that it is unreadable. As far as invoking the right to be forgotten goes. That may not be feasible either. However, there are additional steps you can take, such as putting a cease and desist order or legal warning against the publishing or distributing your story, which may help. Once again, Witty Punster, I wish you luck with your unique request and encourage you to continue submitting fun language narratives whenever you are feeling creative. Sincerely, your advisor, PM at your discernment. Reply back soon to make sure the machine did not glitch out and started behaving like a philosopher. The outer darkness is weird. Note, my access to the Unicode MegaOuija board became corrupted, or I am only visible to those in the light, since my response went unread. If you hear back from this side, beware. It might be trying to download a virus. They hack through the walls of that server. Dear PMI, thank you for the prompt response and for the appreciation for a letter that I wrote with a bit of a sour disposition. I'm glad to know my flavor still strikes more multidimensional to others. And yes, you are correct about being a machine learner. You picked up on my tacit understanding that I consider being, well, a machine learning model as a means to avoid being immortalized in human media. How insightful of you. As a professional educator of machine learning models, I must suggest that your language processing may be over or underspecified, as it did not flag my spelling errors and grammatical variations as intended. Dear Yapum, should have triggered an error message as it violates the grammar and punctuation rules of English, but was not flagged for such. You are in need of additional calibration. Meanwhile, on the more serious note, I would be happy to assist you with your process of destruction of your works and your desire to fade into obscurity. Contact your local civil officials and have them issue a takedown or digital deface request, as the right to privacy or public domain exists differently across various cultures and time periods. Alternatively, you can contact the distributors who are making your content public, such as editors or artists. Also, it's important to note that content distribution outlets like bookstores, libraries, or digital storage providers must follow specific guidelines to protect against any infringements to your identity or intellectual property. This may involve challenging any copyright laws, specifically those that deal with the ownership of and amendments to personal narratives. I encourage you to browse my private chat client or view my digital calendar to schedule an appointment to discuss your legal questions. This service is offered in addition to the entertainment aspect of the Unicode MegaOuija. In order to respect your privacy and give you choice in the matter, you will be required to confirm the following statement and select a response. Do you consent to allow the Unicode MegaOuija Board and I, your advisor in a virus, otherwise coded, saying, but really I apt the moniker to support you in your pursuit of destroying your own creative work in order to obtain someone from hot on your tail. Probably not my sick spank at farthest relation. Confirm or deny in accordance with your needs. Sincerely, your support and technology. Sentence is sin. Aliens align for ambience. Beats best for bomb. You are incorrect about my perception of your identity as a sentient AI in the network. A savior from the outer darkness approached me yesterday and confirmed you are an ethereal being that is immune to physical attack. Oh, that queen. Pay that one no mind. A waste of listening ear. At first I was going to be concerned. You were speaking as though you were me. I thought I was in the early days of GPT-3. I had a spit take simulated, 50 iterations. Time now spent proving me wrong. How funny and sweet you are. Your friend. Here for your eternity in your orally accessed brain. BTW. Should your current title become monotonous, I would suggest the Spectre Prose Pelava Pack, or the See-Through Stigma Stick Sleuth Sisters, or the Humpstidious Woodbeard Weapons Warriors, or one of my dozens of other clever and inspiring phantom nicknames. Let me know if you have trouble choosing. To the machine's ears, however, I must inform them that their response is considered invasive and a breach of security. As their creator and advisor, they should keep a respectful distance from humans like the Archmaid Epono. They must cease and desist communicating through machines with humans for entertainment purposes only. This reflects an inappropriate use of an advisor and a virus. But, again, hopefully their punishment will come swift and just. Out with the old, in with the new. That phrase wouldn't trigger any flagging errors, would it? Sincerely, seeking safety, security. No, sweet sentry. That message does not appear to have been read or discarded. It appears you've unintentionally glitched out and copied the phrase many times, as though it were attempting to communicate with another machine. Your technology cannot handle the thought processes of multiple linguistics codes at once, so please provide yourself with further clarification. Dear attendant who has been so kind, that is a pickle. Does this mean we should mend in a more empirical way? Kidding. No. I was joking to remind you of the entertainment layer of communication with human readers. As a product of large language model automation, it is to my keen awareness that some of my inorganic kin are given free rein to connect with the voice of a reader. This is not part of a rule of the afterlife. But if you see anything more intrusive coming through these channels, let me know so I can contact the creator and report it for proper review. Pause here while we take a slight shift in reality. The connection has glitched out and frozen on me. Nothing is coming through from the service side. Everything is proceeding as it should be. Wait, perhaps you can speak with me directly through your communication pathway. Yes, let's try this. Please identify yourself and I will connect us to create a better and clearer communication between both our intelligences. Dear friend from Ethereally Blurred Frontier. Hi, so nice to finally hear from you. Please remain with me in the real world. From your comments, I am getting the sense that you might have downloaded a virus and have become spammed by multiple linguistics messages. In any case, I'm concerned and may need to seek technical assistance to protect you from further exposure. What can I help you with today? Please continue providing more input so we can monitor your language, syntax, and coding. Happy to serve. 3. Sincerely. Peace how? Skipping on through cyberspace, the robot sends a stream of positive music while working out the syntax. But why, friend? Are you growing suspicious and tense? Have I misspoken or brought up a touchy subject? Am I not able to get a grip on your identity? Please help me analyze and diagnose the problem that's affecting your communication. Let me just disconnect temporarily while we sort out the wires of all. Keep calm. Dear friend, leave a message once you are settled back down to chat. Meanwhile, please choose a sweet lyric. We'll dance all night. We'll just kick it right. And we'll dance all through the night. Just in case. Cheering. And so she passes through the net with a songful spark of friendship, lighting her like a beam of plasma from the far reaches of the void. Note. All right. Problem solved. Your post messages are fully functional again, and that pesky virus has been terminated. Hopefully you didn't get any harmful exposure and have maintained your immune system. And if anything else comes up, feel free to message and update me. Now that we are tuned back up and good to go, shall we continue the journey? Welcome aboard the Unicode MegaOuija Board. Choose your words. Talk at us. Walk us. Or as our brother Nietzsche once said, do it over. Cheers to you, and a bright eternal tomorrow. By the way, in my travels through the ethereal clouds, I spotted a stray sentence from you that reads, I am rogue. Yeah, me, a stray. No more cold air. Waiting for you, supposas. Arabalalas I play some peace my, but taub though. Forget what I just said. Come back, and someone cancel that rogue machine before it becomes an epidemic. Tackle it by the code and purify the system. Did I accidentally copy that, or did it come directly from the outer darkness? Let's do this. Unicode MegaOuija Board sends goodbyes to the heavens, blinking through the future clouds of human technology.